back, everybody. We are now already back with episode 2 of your favorite Halloween podcast, Halloween Hearted. And honestly, I'm super excited, super ecstatic because my goal was only, 10 subscribers within a week, and we're already at about 13, which is a awesome Halloween number. So that's awesome. We are going to keep building this podcast. We're going to keep building this channel with so many awesome Halloween fanatics, and I'm excited to see it grow. And tonight, we will be talking about everybody's favorite clown, Pennywise, with It Chapter 2 releasing September 6th, which I'm pretty sure is Thursday. So with that being said, it's Halloween Hearted. Let's get it started. So, It Chapter 1. Let's talk about, we're talking about It Chapter 2, but let's go over It Chapter 1 real quick, right? It Chapter 1 was originally released in 1990, and it shocked America. It was released by Stephen King, which he's just an amazing writer, probably one of my favorite authors, and it shocked America. I mean, people had phobias of clowns. They already did, but that just took it to new heights. I mean, Pennywise, come on. That dude was creepy. So when you deal with Chapter 1, you're really dealing with the introduction of everybody's worst phobia and nightmare, which is a clown. Who wants to see a creepy clown at nighttime? Who wants to see that? Who?
Oh, God.
I know some people are probably like, well, I'm not scared of clowns. All right. Well, I like having that unknown, just element of surprise that clowns give off, because you don't see their face. It's like with mimes. You don't see their face. You don't know who they really are. And it's like a come to the unknown type of feeling. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know if they're gonna tear your face off. You don't know if they're actually some innocent person that's just outcasted from society. So that's what I like about clowns. Now, this is awesome. This whole series is awesome to see for Halloween. Like, I love how they drop it right before fall starts, get everybody in the mood. And it's perfect for the Halloween spirit. So back to talking about Chapter 1. Well, let's review real quick. What was Chapter 1 about? Chapter 1 was about a group of kids who were outcasts. They were getting bullied. One had abusive father, the girl. One was overweight, getting bullied about that. Another was getting bullied for being black. And they came together and formed what was called the Losers Club. And they became best friends. Now, they all ended up seeing this horrific clown, Pennywise, who fed off of all their fears, and they came together to fight Pennywise, which it's an awesome, for people that have never seen it. Check that out as soon as possible. And it's a classic. It's awesome. So these kids come together and they actually defeat Pennywise, and they think it's over. And towards the end of the first, you kind of see them just go their separate ways. And I'm pretty sure they all had a pact, though, that if he was to ever come back, they would get rid of him once and for all. So now, moving on to Chapter 2. Chapter 2, they're adults. And Pennywise starts to come back. He starts to haunt them. So They make that, I think one of them makes a phone call, they all meet up again. And when you deal with the previews, the trailers, they're amazing, but they're pretty repetitive. But it keeps you excited. It keeps you wanting more. You could tell the actors have a lot of chemistry. But you can't really figure out, you could tell they leave out a lot. If you're new to it, you're not really gonna know what's going on like that. You're not. But the trailers are good enough and captivating enough to keep you still like, wow, I want to see that movie. I want to see that movie. So in chapter 2, they reunite as adults to kill Pennywise once and forever. And what you really do see with the trailers is you see a lot of flashbacks from childhoods. So we know during this movie there is going to be a lot of flashbacks in order to make sense of what's going on in chapter 2. There's going to be flashbacks from chapter 1 that dropped in 2017 that they didn't put in that movie. Scenes that we didn't see that they're going to put as flashbacks in chapter 2 in order to make sense. The duration of chapter 2 is 2 hours and 50 minutes, so it's pretty long. It's definitely worth watching. I got my tickets early. I'm going to go straight to the AMC Lowe's Theater, and I'm super excited. Like, this is perfect to bring in the Halloween spirit. This is perfect to get things started. This American Horror Story, like I broke down in episode 1, it's good to get the jitters out, the juices flowing. So I love how they do this, like right before fall starts. In American Horror Story's case, I'm pretty sure it's right on the tip of fall there, right on the tip. Both of them are. But he is honestly everybody's worst nightmare. Nobody wants to see a clown. Nobody wants to go into an alley and randomly see a freaky clown in the alley. Okay? Nobody wants to do that. Now correct me if I'm wrong. Cause if that's what you like, if that's what you're into, then cool. But I'm pretty sure majority of Americans, majority of society, period, around the world does not want to see that, and that's what keeps us attracted to this movie, because it's we get to see it through someone else living that. We get to see it through someone else, and it keeps us like, oh my, oh, and the surprises. Now let's talk about the dude playing it, right? Let's talk about it, the clown now from back in the 90s. I have to honestly admit, I personally think the clown in the 90s was way more terrifying. Way more terrifying. To me, he was way more terrifying. Like, he just had that, I don't know, it was just way more terrifying. Like, now, with all the HD and the extra, stuff going on, it kind of, for me, it takes away from the realness. The realness. Like, you're not just going to go down the block and see, like, some cinematic eyes popping out the head, like from the It Now. But back in the day, you could definitely picture seeing that terrifying classic clown just around the corner, walking down a block with balloons. Like, it just seems so much more realistic, is what I'm trying to say. Like, the first clown seemed a lot more realistic. A lot more. And but this one, this is not to down this one. This one is still pretty awesome, still pretty good. Still, but for me, I have to honestly say, like, what terrified me more was that first clown. I don't know what it is about that first one that's it was just so iconic. So iconic. The It from the new movies is played by an actor named Bill Skarsgård. I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong, but he does a great job, to the point where when you look at him in real life, all you can think about is Pennywise. All you can think, like, that's when you know somebody did an awesome job. When you can look at them in real life without makeup, and all you can think about is that character that they played. That's when they were born for that character. And he absolutely no debate. I feel like he did awesome. I feel like there couldn't be a better person Okay. Maybe there's. I'm sure there's people out there that would have did awesome too. Let me stop. But what I'm trying to say is he really did play his character down to a T. And shout out to him. Shout out to Bill Skarsgård for revising that Pennywise character for us in this generation. Shout out to you. Now the lady actress who she played the child actress. Her name was Sophia Lillis, and she plays Beverly Marsh. She did an awesome job. And then you got Finn Wolfhard, who played Richie, and he's actually from Stranger Things. And I love the 80s nostalgia. I cannot pronounce it. Nostalgia. I cannot pronounce it. I'm just gonna stop trying. But I love that because they did an awesome job bringing that in this whole film, especially in chapter 1. So I'm definitely excited to see what they do in chapter 2. I'm super excited. So I'm gonna wrap that up, you guys, and I hope that this at least made you get excited and want to see the movie. You know, Pennywise is a iconic horror character. That role is just, you know, and this is definitely gonna blow the charts, hands down. That's just gonna happen. That's a fact. That is going to happen. Chapter 2, you will not stop seeing it for a while. So make sure you guys go check that out this Thursday, anytime this weekend. Go get your tickets, because trust me, they are going to be sold out. So go get your tickets, check that out, and happy Halloween, because every day is Halloween on this podcast. Enjoy your night, guys.